Hey, welcome to Waking Up to Win.
I'm Annie.
And I'm Chad.
And this is your space for real estate motivation, mindset, and the kind of coaching that pushes you from stuck to a top producer.
We are all about helping agents work on their business, not just run ragged in it.
And we believe there is more than enough room at the top for everyone to win.
Let's dive in.
Well, welcome back to Waking Up to Win. This is our first feature episode. We had been teasing about having some exceptionally extraordinary guests on our podcast.
Wow.
And we chose for our very first feature episode to have realtor powerhouse Tammy Mueller.
Wow,
On
I don't
our-
think I've ever been called
I
that
know.
before.
And she is
How
our,
nice.
here at Realty One Group, she is one of our main mentors. So she runs our mentor program. So welcome, Tammy.
Oh, thanks for having me.
Aaron learned how to use all the sound effects. That was perfect. Okay. So Tammy, tell me, why did you decide to join our mentor program and take the time to coach other agents?
Well, it's always been a passion of mine. I'm a coach at heart, and I love to see people learn and succeed.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm pretty good at helping them.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like I'm patient and
Yeah. You're great at that. So when you got licensed as a real estate agent back in the day, was there a mentor program for you?
No, I remember when I had some success. You know, I will admit some of it was my children buying houses. But at one point in time, I had 7 deals, and I was sitting under the desk crying,
Yeah.
and I had no help.
Right.
I had 2 other new agents in the office that were trying to help me. It was whoa,
Right. So you just had to figure it out. It was sink or swim.
sink or swim, or make lots of mistakes.
Yeah. Which
We do.
people's lives, people major life decision, they're buying a
Oh,
house. You
yeah.
really want someone who knows what they're doing. So
Yes.
I know at Realty One Group, that is super important to us. So kind of tell us or kind of explain, what is the mentor program and what is it that you actually do for new agents?
So it's basically everything you didn't learn in class, you know, as far as when you get your license. It is going through everything you need to service your clients on listings and buyers. I will help them in their first 7 deals. But beyond actually going through the transactions, there's also a lot of education goes into that beforehand, and how they go about getting clients and where they get them from. And Realty One Group is great about providing a classroom setting of education through a Rev Up program.
Right.
That is fantastic. And then, you know, right now I teach a lot of those classes, which I enjoy, and then meet with the mentors after the fact to go through some of the homework that is a part of that.
So you take them through a classroom setting with
Yes.
a pretty structured curriculum,
Yes.
but then the real world.
Yes.
And so how do you mentor somebody, through their first several transactions? What does that look like?
It depends on the individual, you know, and what they know or don't know about real estate, number one. And I try to work with them, you know, based on what they need. And I can usually see that, you know, pretty quickly by asking a lot of questions and understanding the kind of help that they want. Some people want their hands held the whole way, and other people want to figure things out. And I'm there for them that want to do either, because some people feel very comfortable talking to clients right up front, and others, they want to see me do it first.
Yeah. No, and you are so good at that. I watch you with them because there's a lot of times that I just want to shake somebody for you and say, just do this. And you never do that. You're so patient to say, you meet them where they are and you give them what they need in real time, even if that takes hours.
Yes. I very much strive to do that because I remember what it was like.
Yeah.
And I know everybody learns at a different pace.
Right.
And everybody needs to learn in a different way.
Mm-hmm. So do you have any good stories, like maybe like that you could share without naming names, maybe like a really challenging situation or a really proud moment you had with a mentee?
Oh, there's a bunch. There's several that I feel great about what they accomplished. And I feel, and some of those are people that have gone on. I mean, we have Dawn, who's fantastic. You know, she was easy to mentor. She was at another agency. She was floundering based on the fact that she didn't have what she needed to do to go get clients. She had no idea. But she was a great student. She listened and she put into practice all the things that we talked about. And my gosh, she was out of the mentorship program lickety split, you know,
And now
she's a mentor.
she's a mentor.
Yeah.
Like she's paying that forward,
Yes,
paying
yeah.
that back.
No, and she's going to be great.
Yeah.
Do fantastic. And she just soaked it all in.
Yeah.
And yet I also have other mentees that have had no, you know, Dawn had corporate background. And there's other ones that don't have any of that. And they're as satisfying to help as Dawn is. You know, they're just coming in a different place. And to see them get excited about it, just really super fulfilling.
Yeah. I mean,
For them and me.
you get to change the trajectory of somebody's life, and or at least their real estate career, and their life, because you know that is something that
what's
everyone
possible.
doesn't get. Yeah,
Yeah.
it is.
Mm-hmm.
So you also are still selling real estate. You're still running your own business. So how do you manage your clients, their clients, your schedule, their schedule, and life?
It's a good question.
It's a lot of therapy.
Not sure I've mastered that yet. So many days I feel like I'm going to go home and I'm going to put my feet up and watch my Hallmark movie. And instead I go home and spend an hour with a mentee working through a situation or writing a contract, and then getting on the phone with another one who's trying to do a search. But I still enjoy that almost as much as that Hallmark movie.
Almost. But, I think that for people that are listening, that is a really big compliment to you and to the program, that it's, we do business 24 hours a day. So it's 7:00 at night and you're a new agent and you find yourself in a situation that you haven't encountered yet, or you're not quite sure. They have a real person. They have their own mentor to call.
I do.
And I know you pick up the phone.
I do. I do. And if I can't, then I try to figure out what kind of situation they're in. And then I can always call you and you can step in if I can't.
Right.
You or Chad, it's always nice to have that backup. And I tell my mentees and try to demonstrate that even at this point of being an agent for as long as I have been, I still know that I can reach out to you guys and get answers and talk about deals. And I encourage the mentees to do the same.
Right.
Because they need to be able to do that after I'm
after there's
they
7
graduate.
deals.
Yeah.
Right.
Because I want them to be able to do all of it once they leave me. And
Right.
I'll still be here for questions.
Yeah.
They need it.
So you and I both come from a corporate background, and we both came from a training background where we were trainers. And I know
We had some fun times.
we did. Well, that's another episode. Those were the younger years.
Yes.
But one of the things that I always noticed was the more I taught somebody else, the better I became at it. So are there things that you find that you do better now in your real estate business because you're constantly teaching it to your agents?
Absolutely. How could you not? I mean, I don't want to be a hypocrite by any means, but I know that the things that I need to do to better my own business are the things I'm teaching them, So, and I'm super excited about this next year because I feel like I've finally gotten to a place where I need to be to really not just be their mentor, but their role model as well.
That's exciting.
Yes.
I probably took a minute to figure out that balance.
Well, I was driving a school bus.
Yeah.
Doing a few other things before I could put on my full-time hat. And
Right.
now I'm
Here you
and,
are.
and to be honest, I really didn't think that I would find myself in that place where I wanted to work as hard as I have in years past. I'm getting a little old.
Getting a little old. No, you're
Just a
not.
little old.
No, you're not.
I'll still be doing this when
Right.
I'm 85. So
That's probably, and I know I hear you teaching this, that a lot of times I think people get into real estate, and put that in air quotes, get into real estate because they want freedom. And it, quite frankly, is the opposite. You have less freedom as a full-time realtor than you do maybe working a 9-to-5 job.
it's a different kind of freedom. It's a freedom for me to be in charge of my schedule. And I can choose Now, if I want to be successful, I choose to work it, you know,
Right.
and I work it as often as I can.
Yeah.
But you can also choose to take a weekend off or a couple days here or there. But beyond that, the how much you succeed is based on you, which in the real world, that's not always true.
Right.
It's
It's
based on
right.
other
Somebody
people.
else. Right.
Mhm.
So we just filmed a podcast and we talked about business planning. So share with us your thought on yesterday's business planning and how you feel like that set you up and the mentees up for success.
I think it's fantastic. It's, we've been doing business planning for years, and without a clear action plan and goals, why bother? I mean, you have to have a plan or you're floundering
Right.
and spending that time.
What we were taught all those years ago was if you fail to plan, then you plan to fail.
Yes.
But it is hard when you become your own business owner if you've never done that. So
No, it's true, because so many times people are very intimidated by the idea of a business plan. Oh my gosh, that sounds so
Right.
official. So in some cases, I have called that the to-do list for some of my mentees until they get used to
right. Because it
what it really
scares
is.
them.
It does. It scares them because, oh my gosh, I'm writing a business plan,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's intimidating for some. But in time, they'll realize how normal and helpful and successful it makes them.
Right.
That's
So
baby steps.
do you have any I guess if I consistent struggles that you see when someone, so you're a mentor, you're mentoring brand new agents, licensed agents who haven't done any transactions yet. What's the biggest learning gap that they have? What they thought it was going to be like to be an agent and what it's really like? What's the biggest battle you have there?
Two things. I think number one is they don't have a clue what to do on a day-to-day basis. They come in and they just watch everybody and they see everybody working and they're like, doing? I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know. And that takes time. And then when they realize, oh, it's not that hard to do that, then they have to make the time to do that.
Right.
And it's committing to working in and on that business, but primarily on your business
Right.
before you can work in your business.
Right.
And I think if they get a client, as soon as they get a client, they get excited.
Right.
Which is great. And I'm excited for them. But that's working in their business. And without working on their business,
Right.
and they kind of flounder again and don't know what
And
to
some
do.
people find a client in the first 30 days, and some it might take 4, 5, 6 months to find their 1st client.
Yep.
And so I know I've overheard you coaching with them saying, what are your hours of operation? When are you working your business? Because you can't just work it in your head, or you can't just think about you're going to work it, but scheduling it. So,
Oh no, and they have to commit to it at some point in time. And it can't just be willy-nilly. It's got to be when, it's got to, if they can't do it here at the office, which I recommend,
right.
depending on your situation.
Sure.
If I didn't have little grandkids running around my house, I might on occasion do some things from home. But if they're far away, then they can do it in a different, situation. It's a way more motivating to do it here. But they still have to have that time set and not give it away to all the other things you want to do. And I think that's what people
Right.
tend to do.
Sure. Like you said, it's hard to know what to do. And
Yeah. And
To
you
be
need
disciplined.
it's nice to have people around you to help you know what to do. Even if you're like, what is she doing? What is she doing? But, having a few to-do lists and it takes a few weeks and then they're pretty much on their way.
yeah.
I love to see it when it clicks.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, I get it now. I just have to build relationships. And that's really what it's all
It's
about.
all about, right? So
Just-
how many mentees do you have right now?
I have 6 right now.
Wow.
I have 6.
All right. Could you take on a few more?
Probably.
So
I
anyone-
would love to have a couple more full-time ones.
Yeah.
Not that I don't love working with my part-time ones,
Right.
but I'd like to have a couple more. I enjoy doing it. I don't do it because it makes me rich.
Right.
Because if I didn't enjoy it, I wouldn't do it.
Right. No, I think that you truly do it. I mean, my experience with watching you do it is you truly do it because you love to see other people be successful.
I do.
That gives you great sense of accomplishment for
Well,
you.
it is as satisfying to me as closing my own deals.
Yeah, that's amazing because that is not something that everybody can feel. So kudos to you. Anything else about the mentor program that we didn't cover that you would want to share?
I think staying organized, which I'm not the best at, I'll admit that. I have to get to that point where I'm a little bit more organized, and that's key.
Yeah.
I also want to say that I want going into 2026, I want my mentees to be, they need to know where they're at in their development and training too. I want them to come to me and say, hey, this is what we're doing this week.
Yeah.
Instead of vice versa.
Right. Because it is a whole different mindset. You're not their boss. You're not their coach. You're not their accountability partner. Right. You're their mentor.
Yes.
And I do think that's gets confusing for some of them. They want you to be
They want me to tell them what to do.
What to do, when to do it, how to do it.
Right.
And that's not what this is. When you're a real estate agent, you're your own business owner. So even like you were saying, your tracking sheet, your to-do list, you're kind of giving them some guidelines, but they got to go out and do what works for them.
Right.
To make them successful.
Yes. And then when they bring it to me and say, okay, and this is going to be part of their training this next year, I'm really excited about it because I want them to say, okay, this is what we did last week. This is what we're going to do this week. But I think that will help them in their business afterwards.
Sure. So they can set their own goals and their own accountability. Yeah. Any predictions for 2026 for us?
Oh, I think it's going to be great. And if I think there's people out there that have no idea what a great career they're going to have in real estate and I can't wait to work with them.
Yeah. So if anyone's listening that is a real estate agent and you're not getting the training or support you need, give us a call.
Oh my gosh.
Tammy would love to help you out there. If you are listening and you've always thought about dabbling in real estate, again, give us a call, shoot us an email, and we can set you a meeting up with Tammy, and she can tell you all about what it's like to be a realtor and how she can help you do that.
And you won't find a better place than where we're at with the team that we have. We all have a great time, and we have a lot of fun.
Tammy Mueller, mentor extraordinaire. Thank you.
All right, that's a wrap on another week of chaos, closings, and questionable decisions.
If this episode made you laugh, think, or text your real estate bestie like, girl, this is us, do us a favor.
Hit that subscribe button, leave a quick review, follow us on socials, or send us your own unhinged real estate stories. Seriously, we want to share them.
And hey, don't just survive this week. Get out there and build your business.
You've got everything it takes.
We'll be back next week with more chaos and more clarity.
Until then,
keep waking up to win.